The Skyblivion team showcased a special video recently as part of the German gaming show from a YouTube channel called GameStar. While the show was in German, luckily for us, the Skyblivion showcase was in English. The devs spoke about the city of Anvil on the westernmost tip of the Gold Coast region of Cyrodiil. They showcased the buildings, the docks, the castle, the harbour and more. In this video, we will discuss my observations from the showcase and also include some community chatter. So stick around till the end. The team begins by showing the external area around the Anvil main gate. At first glance, those imposing city walls really caught my attention. We get another shot of the walls protecting the city, and it looks spectacular. If we go back to the first screen, we find a large main gate to enter the city of Anvil. Unfortunately, all the cities in Skyblivion will have their own world space, so they won't be open cities. The devs say to support open cities would lead to an insane amount of extra work for the quest department, which is a bummer. Because I really love open cities, the concept of, just walking into a city or jumping over the city walls and entering a city, or just using levitation and flying into a city is so cool, right? It's a peak fantasy, right? But no matter, the Skyblivion modding scene is going to explode. Within just say a few months, we will have open Skyblivion mod. That's for sure, right? It's going to happen. Alright, in the same shot, we also see large farms outside the city and a stable with horses. And near the gate, we have a carriage. So Oblivion, if you remember, didn't have a carriage system. So Skyblivion having lore-friendly immersive travel options is welcome. I hope we also get boat services, that'll be cool. We then get views of the Anvil harbour teeming with imported goods from Valenwood and Hammerfell, with large ships docked here. The team has also expanded the bustling docks outside the city walls. All of this clearly tells us that Anvil is a city built for maritime trade. They then show how the design was remastered using the old concept art of the city, which was imagined around a large central harbour basin. Let's take a look at the basic concept art from 2004-2005 of Anvil. The city essentially wraps around this bay, and you have a road coming in, and you have the main gate, of course, and this entire city is walled, right? Looks like this is a residential area, all of this here, and then you have a road that goes all around till the lighthouse here. And a road that also leads to the docks area, and the road this side leads to the cathedral here and the castle. That's a beautiful design, just beautiful, right? And of course this looks like the guild area. So the fact that the Skyblivion team is taking extra effort to redesign the city from old concept art is phenomenal. It'll be like a different game, right? So yeah, I really look forward to the new and improved Anvil. I'm also looking forward to the redesign of Leavin. Old concept art of Leavin is also spectacular. We then enter the city of Anvil and get to see the famous Mermaid of Anvil statue. Nearby we find inns and shops like in vanilla Oblivion. But there is a new open-air market and an alchemy store. The shopping district of Anvil City now has some new additions. Lel's Quality Merchandise, a general goods trader, is now relocated to within the city. We also have a new shop selling alchemy supplies, Tide and Tonic. Yes, in vanilla Oblivion, Lel's Quality Merchandise was located outside the walls of the city near the docks area. If you see the map of Anvil here, so the Lel's Quality Merchandise was outside the city gates, right? So now they've relocated this shop to within the city, and that's actually a good thing, because vanilla Oblivion was somewhat limited when it came to shopping in Anvil. There was only one trader, Morwine's Peacemakers, within the city walls. And now we'll have Morwine Peacemakers, Lel's Quality Merchandise, and that new shop, Tide and Tonic. Kudos to the Skyblivion team for making these changes. It'll definitely improve the Anvil experience. Next, we arrive at the residential district where the middle and upper class people live in terraced homes. At the pinnacle of the residential district, we have the luxurious estate of the famous Argonian author, Weave with its own gardens and gates. I love how the Skyblivion team has separated the residential area and made it look so grand. For example, Weave's home in Oblivion was just another generic home located near other homes. Now we have a terraced area and where the estate will look really grand. Next, they show us the Guild Gate district where we find the Mages Guild building and the Fighters Guild headquarters. This district also has a statue of Dibella. We then get a spectacular look at Benedus Manor, which is a house for sale on the east edge of Anvil. In vanilla Oblivion, you purchase the house and find out that the house is cursed during the quest, where spirits have lease. The Skyblivion version of the manor has a certain unsettling eerie quality. It looks great. We then get to see the Chapel of Dibella with lush gardens and a sprawling cemetery with graves and tombs. A sobering reminder of the transient nature of life. The Skyblivion Dockside District resides beyond the protection of the mighty city walls. We have vendors hawking their wares and seedy inns catering to the dock workers. All of this will make for a very immersive experience, that's for sure. We then get a spectacular view of the Anvil Castle and the lighthouse. It is the seat of the Countess of Anvil Milona Umbranox, whose husband Corvus Umbranox has been missing for at least 10 years. The castle has splendid halls and grand balconies with great views of the Abyssinian Sea. This is where the nobility of Anvil socialize. And the video ends with an incredible view of Anvil. Amazing work by the Skyblivion team. They have totally revitalized Anvil City, and this looks like a real remake with new additions that will be appreciated by the community. Alright, let's look at community chatter. This won't be a Q&A, more like a, we look at some Reddit posts and talk about stuff. So the first post is about the Skyblivion development will continue post. So this post was released by the Skyblivion team. They make a statement here. We've been following the buzz surrounding an official remaster of Oblivion. As dedicated Elder Scrolls fans, we are incredibly excited by this prospect and sincerely hope the information proves accurate. The glimpses we've seen look fantastic, and we eagerly anticipate the possibility of experiencing a modern, professionally developed return to Citadel. Bethesda has always been supportive of community projects like ours, and we don't see that changing anytime soon. As a PC mod, a console release is impossible for us, so the remaster presents a wonderful opportunity for console players to re-experience Oblivion, something our project could never directly provide. We want to emphasize that there is no need for comparisons or a sense of competition between Skyblivion and a potential official remaster. Both projects can exist and thrive together, offering unique experiences for players. Skyblivion is a labor of love built by a dedicated community for the community, offering a distinct way to revisit Oblivion with a familiar framework of the creation engine. Similarly, an official remaster would undoubtedly bring its own set of advancements with the full funding of a development studio. We see this not as a conflict, but as a fantastic opportunity for Elder Scrolls fans to have more ways to enjoy the classic world of Citadel. Yeah, totally makes sense. Ultimately, 2025 promises to be a remarkable year for fans of Oblivion. We are confident that the players will be true winners, having the opportunity to experience both a community-driven reimagining and a professional modern version of this beloved game. We look forward to sharing more about Skyblivion's progress as soon as the approach is released later this year. Wonderful, such a mature statement. So comments, double the Oblivion dose for me, I'm incredibly excited. Of course, right? You can play Oblivion 2 times. These guys have better PR management than many AAA studios. Hats off to you and team, can't wait to play Skyblivion. Thanks for the update, Ivan. If anything, I'm more excited for Skyblivion with the news of a possible remaster. I'll certainly be playing both to see as many possible visions of this world as I can. As they say, oh boy, 2 cakes. 2 cakes. Right, Dublivion. Love it, Reddit. One of the main devs shares their thoughts on the remaster. Rebelzize, of course, he's the project lead, and we see his streams on his YouTube channel all the time. To be clear, this changes nothing from me. This always was a passion project and still is until the end. For the community, it's a win-win as you get twice the amount of Oblivion this year. All love and no hate towards the people who made the official remaster. Fantastic. I love this. The fact that the Elder Scrolls community has not got a game for more than 15 years is insane. And we are getting 2 games this year. This is a cause for celebration. Thank you so much, Skyblivion team. We send a lot of love your way as well. This person says, I don't think any of us here even have the faintest idea of how amazing Skyblivion is going to be. Yes, Skyblivion will be very interesting in its own way. I'm looking forward to the amazing perk system. Every time you level up, you put points into multiple perks and create highly specialized characters. I'm also curious about random encounters on the road and wilderness. Like in Skyrim, I will do a lot of walking between Citadel cities, and these random encounters will add so much to the experience. I'm also looking forward to exploring all the changes they made to Aelid ruins and dungeons. The team has worked hard to give each Aelid ruin a different aesthetic based on its location. The dungeons here will be way better than the samey, dark and drab Oblivion ones. Then, we will not suffer Oblivion's notorious level scaling. In classic Oblivion, when you get to level 25, you find all bandits wearing glass armors. You won't find stuff like that here. Yeah, there's so much to look forward to here. But this person makes a good point. As much as I'm looking forward to Skyblivion, the remaster is probably the best for those who have not played Oblivion at all before. Yes, Skyblivion is not going to give you all the skills that Oblivion had. No mysticism school of magic, no acrobatics, no athletics, no armorer, no hand-to-hand combat, and more. Multiple skills are missing, so it's not a true Oblivion experience. If you have never played Oblivion before, then I would say play the remaster first and then try Skyblivion later. Yeah, this person says it's an awkward situation. I don't think the Skyblivion team thinks this is an awkward situation. Most devs are massive fans of the Elder Scrolls games, so they are excited for the remaster too. Maybe some devs may have a certain feeling, if Skyblivion was the only Oblivion released this year, it would have been in the limelight more, I guess. Some devs may feel this way, but I'm sure most of them don't care. I like this comment. This person says, we have a freedom of choice and I respect both Bethesda and Skyblivion for encouraging both the projects. Yes, Bethesda have promoted Skyblivion in their socials, and Skyblivion team, as we saw, are also looking forward to the remaster. Overall, it's a very positive feeling between both parties, guys. And we have this person who says he does not respect Bethesda, but the poster below makes a perfect response. Look, we can criticize Bethesda for their awful Creation Club platform, their paid mods, and how they released the Fallout 4 next-gen update, which introduced a lot of bugs, and they did not bother to fix them. But Bethesda are incredibly supportive of modders and modding projects like Skyblivion. So making generic blanket statements like this is very lazy in my opinion. Okay, this person says Shirokami 12. The road to release had a spellcrafting mechanic listed as done. However, a few days ago, Fishfiend, the mechanics lead for Skyblivion, stated on Discord that spellcrafting was still an if more than a certainty due to being pretty messy state at the moment. Would it be possible to get some more details in regards to the state of the mechanic? What issues are there? More of an if than a certainty. That's not good news. Okay, developer response. If I remember correctly, I don't think the person who created the system works on Skyblivion anymore. It technically is working, but it's on the back burner at the moment. Internally, a while back, we had the big merge of the build and updated the most recent Skyrim version, and spellcrafting didn't make it in, as I think it needs some work to update it. Plus, it would need a UI rework and all of the other UI elements come first. Even underwater combat is an if. Oh no. It is done and working, but it is still debated on whether or not it should be included, since it's really hacky and might conflict with a lot of combat animation mods. It's about weighing options. Do we include it and have worse compatibility for mods, or have it as an optional official mod on the side? Yeah, I would like to have it as an optional official mod, right? And it's going to be sad if spellcrafting system won't be included in the Skyblivion. 45 speed attribute 200, and then 45 athletics 200. You can really speed through the map, you know. And also the fun. So if we can't do this, it will really suck. Oh well. Okay, another developer, Fishfiend, replies, like most things in the project that aren't essential to a playable game, we need someone to work on it. We have a very talented developer who created the system that is currently in the build. Sadly, as is often the case, real life interpret their ability to contribute, and we don't have anyone on the team with that same skill set to pick up his work. If we had someone capable of developing the system that wasn't occupied with a core system, they would be working on it. Because I'm fully of the belief that if we can do a system justice, we should bring it back. But as it turns out, there are a lot of complex moving parts to a system like this. Hopefully at some point, the system will be in Skyblivion, but I don't think we are in a position to guarantee that at launch. Hopefully this helps you understand why I made that comment. I totally understand, man. Yeah, so what can you do, right? If the person who created the system is no more, it needs special skills, what can you do, right? It seems surprising that something like this is still not nailed down given that the release date is this year. Oh well, if we don't have spellcrafting, we don't have 5 or 6 skills from Oblivion, Skyblivion is going to be kind of disappointing, you know. It's not going to be faithful to Oblivion, but it's going to offer so much more. So yeah, there are pros and cons with Skyblivion, that's for sure. Alright, last bit of community chatter. What Skyrim mods do you hope to have functionality with Skyblivion? So this person wants to have Winter Sun Fates, Valhalla Combat, and multi-directional movement mod. Yo, I love Winter Sun. It's one of my all-time favorite Skyrim mods. You can specialize your character further by choosing a faith, and then you get special powers. It makes your character more unique. I love it. The survival mode I need. Yeah, something like Sunhelm also would be great for Skyblivion. Campfire would be great, right? I would love to have campfire. There's so many beautiful spots in Citadel. I would love to pitch a tent and camp. I don't know how easy it will be to convert a mod from Skyrim into Skyblivion. Is it as simple as, you know, open the mod in CK and then save it and then you're done? That will be amazing. This is a great comment. I'd love to see Inigo or Vilya. Vilya would be especially neat. Oblivion has 20 years of modding history, right? You have fantastic companions like Vilya, Iron, and Fergus. Deep, complex companions, right? And at the same time, you also had new quest lines, new stories. If all of those mods from Oblivion could be ported to Skyblivion, it'll be endless content, you know? Alright, that's about it, guys. So I hope you guys are excited for Skyblivion and the remaster, of course. I really love the changes they made to Anvil. Do share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read your opinions. And thank you so much for watching, and may the divines watch over you.